A very good morning to all of you children. I hope you all are very well and taking care of yourself very carefully. This is again Seema Kwani in front of you, and today I'm going to make this video for the recapitulation of the chapter parts of a plant. So just a quick review for you all. So as the name of the chapter parts of a plant, so you should know the name of the parts of the plant. So this is leaves, this is called this green color, it is of leaf color. So this is leaves, this is fruit, this is flower, this is stem, and this here it is structure, it is called root. So these are the parts of the plant. Now in this chapter we will learn the function of the parts of the plant, as we humans have organs and they are responsible for the different functions. Same in the plant also, the parts of the plant are responsible for the different function. Okay, like leaves make food for the plant, or that's why it is called kitchen of the plant. Flowers are the most flowers form fruit with seeds, and roots take in water from the soil. These all things that already you know. Now in this chapter you will learn about the parts of the plant, the function, okay, and the function. Okay, now the next here you can see plants are of many kind. Obviously plants are of many kind. The big plant, it is called tree, and the small plants are categorized in shrubs, herbs, creeper, climber. Okay, now first what is called shrubs. Okay, what is called shrubs? So shrubs are smaller than trees. Okay, shrubs are smaller than trees. First let me explain about trees. Okay, what is tree? So very big, tall and strong plant are called tree. Very big, tall and strong strong plant are called trees, and they have a thick brown woody stem. They have a thick brown woody stem called trunk. This woody stem, it is called trunk. So this is tree, and tree lives for many years. Okay, the lifespan of tree, it is many years. Okay, now the next, shrub. What is shrub? So shrub are smaller than trees. As compared to tree, shrubs are smaller, and they have a bushy look. They have a bushy look. And shrubs have a thin woody stem, and they live for a few years. Okay, the lifespan of a tree, it lives for many years, and shrubs, it live for a few years only. Now the terms for herb. Okay, herb. What is herb? So herbs are very weak plant, and they have a soft green stem, and herbs live only for a few months. Okay, tree can live for many years, shrubs can live for few years, and herbs live for few months. Okay, what is the example of trees? Mango tree, neem tree, pine tree, coconut without branch tree. Okay, the example of shrubs, rose, jasmine, hibiscus, these all are the example of shrubs. Now herbs, coriander, spinach, mint, these all are the example of herbs. Okay, now the next it is a climber and creeper. The next it is climber and creeper. Okay, as the name creeper. What is creeper? Creeper that creep along the ground, that is called creeper. They have a very long thin stem, and that can neither stand nor support, support all its weight, not support all its weight. That is called a creeper. Like watermelon and pumpkin, it is the example of creeper. Okay, now what is a climber? So climber also have very thin, long and weak stem. This is the similarity between climber and creeper. They both have very thin, weak and long stem. Okay, this is the similarity. What is the difference? Creeper, they are not capable to support all its weight, but climber, as its name, climber, it can't stand upright, but they can use external support to grow vertically and carry their weight. Okay, they can use external support. external support Okay, external support to grow vertically and carry their weight, like pea plant, money plant, jasmine, buttergourd, cucumber, beans. These all are the example of climbers. Okay, now the next word is root. Okay, the next word is root. So root, uh, it is also the part of the plant that grows under the soil, that grows under the soil, the root that grows under the soil. Okay, and that's why it is called root, that we can't see by our eyes. Now there are two kinds of root. Okay, after that I'll discuss about its function also, but first I'll explain the types of root. Okay, the types of root. So there is two kinds of root. The first, it is taproot, and the second, it is fibrous root. Now what is the difference between taproot and fibrous root? So here you can see in the image also, the taproot, it is what, it is a thick main root below the stem. Okay, which goes deep into the soil is called taproot. Which goes deep into the soil, that is called taproot. And several thinner side root grows from the main root. Example, balsam, hibiscus, bean and mustard plant. These all are the example of taproot. And you can see the branches in the root. There are small thinner side root, and the main root, that is thick. Okay, now the next, it is fibrous root. What is fibrous root? So here you can see in the image that fibrous root have no main root. See, fibrous root, it has no main root, and a number of roots that grows at the end of the stem, at the end of the stem, are called fibrous root. And this root looks like a bunch of roots. And what is the example? Rice, wheat and onion have fibrous root. And you can see in the diagram also that there is a no main root, and even there is a mini thinner root. Now why root is a very important part of the plant? Because no plant can survive or live or grow without root. Why? Because root is what, root hold a plant firmly to the soil. Okay, roots can hold a plant firmly to the soil. Root absorb water and minerals from the soil and pass them to the plant, and some roots store food for the plant. Okay, so this is the characteristics of the roots. That's why root, it is very important part of the plant. Okay, and some special root is also there that store food in the plant. That is carrot, turnip, radish and beetroot. These all store food, and these can be eaten. Okay, these can be eaten. Now to come to shoot. Okay, shoot is what? Okay, first just discuss this question. Mango plant have obviously taproot, because mango have one main root, one main thick root. That's why it is example of taproot. Now wheat plants have, so wheat, here you can see wheat, it is the example of fibrous root. Okay, because fibrous root have no main root, and wheat plant also don't have main root. That's why wheat, it is fibrous root. Now did you know that bamboo is considered to the fastest growing plant in the world? If you don't know, then please know. Hmm. Now the second, it is stem. Okay, so here you can see that stem is the main part of the shoot system of in the plant. This lower part, it is called root. This lower part, it is called root system, and this upper part, it is called shoot system. This upper part, it is called shoot system. Okay, so stem is the main part of the shoot system. And it carries water and minerals from the root. It carries water, and it carries water and mineral from the root, and root to leaves, and it supports the plant to stand upright. Stem supports the plant to stand upright direction. So this is the function of stem. And here you can see that stem bears branches, it also bears leaves, flower, fruit. These all things who bear obviously stem. And the stem carries water taken by right now I told that stem carries water and minerals from the root to the leaves. The next, it is the stem carries food made by the leaves to all other parts. Okay, there is two tube like structure in the stem. One, it is called xylem, and other it is called phloem. The one, it is called xylem, and other it is the one it is called xylem and the other it is called phloem, and this both tube is present in this stem. Okay, so this help to plant to carry the food and water from root to the other parts of the plant. And plants such as potato, sugar, these all eat sugar cane. The extra food is stored in stem, so this is eatable parts of the plant also. So here you can see that inside the plant there is a network of fine tubes. Which fine tube? One it is xylem and one it is phloem, and these tubes connect the roots with all the parts of the plant, and the water taken in by the roots passes through the stem and reaches every part of the plant through these tubes. And if the stem of the plant is damaged, the plant can't live. Okay, so don't harm this stem of the plant. Now the next it is leaves. Now the next it is leaves. So what is how it is useful for the plant? So leaf is actually what it is called, the kitchen of the plant. Leaf, it is called the kitchen of the plant. Why it is called kitchen of the plant? Because they are the main organ responsible for photosynthesis. This is the main organ which is responsible for the photosynthesis. Okay, and through which the plant produces its energy. Okay, the main function of leaf is to produce food for the plant by the process of photosynthesis. The process it is called photosynthesis, and they obtained their green color due to the presence of chlorophyll. Okay, now here is some definition that I'll explain. What is leaf vein, midrib, leaflet, lamina, what it is called. So here you can see, did you know fact that leaves appear green in color because they have a green substance. This is called chlorophyll. Okay, the green pigment, the name it is chlorophyll. Due to this, the leaf color it appears green. Okay, now let us learn more about them. A leaf, it is a flat green flat and lateral. See this lateral. Okay, it is green flat, lateral outgrowth in plants. Okay, they are of different shapes. They are of different shape, size and colors, and are generally flattened and thin. And they are main organ responsible for photosynthesis. Why? Because they contain chlorophyll. That's why this is the main organ of the plant. Now what is called leaf blade? What is a leaf blade? Leaf blade, it is also called lamina. It's generally broad and flat. Now what is the function of a leaf? So photosynthesis, in photosynthesis, what is the function of leaf? Photosynthesis, it helps the plant breathe. It helps to storage of food. Actually in some plants the leaves are modified to store food. Okay, that's why it is important that. Now a leaf prepares the food for the plant with the help of chlorophyll and sunlight, and it is also called the food factory of the plant. Why it is called food factory of the plant, that I already explained. Now leaves are usually green in color. The different plant have different leaves. Okay, and one more thing that you can see here, leaf vein. See this line, uh, this fine line on the entire leaf. This lines, it is called leaf vein. And this leaf vein are actually fine tubes which carry water and food. Leaf veins also provide support and shape to the leaf, and in the most of the plant the leaf has the main vein in the center, and that is called midrib. That mid one, it is called midrib. Now I think now you understood the function of the leaf also. Okay, now here it is one more thing, is stomata. Okay, what is stomata? Stomata is what? A leaf has many teeny pores. That teeny pores in the leaf surface. Okay, pores in the, what is stomata? Pores in the leaf surface. In the leaf surface. With the help of this, the plant can take carbon dioxide from atmosphere due to this stomata present in the leaf. So plant need air to live, and air enters a plant through the stomata. Okay, now the next. Now here you can see some questions. Air enters a plant through, obviously, stomata. From root, what enters? Minerals and waters. Minerals and water. Okay, now leaf veins are found only on the top of the leaf. No, not only on the top of the leaf, in the whole leaf it found. Okay, now what do leaves do for plant? Again, it is called food factory of the plant. Why? Because by the process of photosynthesis, leaf able to make food for the plant. Leaves obtain carbon dioxide from the air. Water absorbed by the root reaches the leaves, and in the presence of sunlight, leaves make food by using carbon dioxide and water. Good. Okay, now here you can see this is called food factory. Okay, leaves are called food factory. Okay, now here is some life skill. How are these leaves useful? Okay, here it is spinach, tea, coconut leaves and tulsi leaf. Now how it is useful? Now listen carefully. Actually, spinach, it is called superfood. Spinach, it is called superfood. Why it is called superfood? Because it is important for skin and hair and bone health, and they also provide protein, iron, vitamins and minerals. This is loaded with tons of nutrients. That is why spinach, it is very useful for us, and it is called a superfood. Now the next, it is tea leaves. Okay, so tea may help with the cancer, heart disease and diabetes. It encourages weight loss also. Green tea, it encourages weight loss. The third, it is coconut leaves. Coconut leaves. Yes, many South Indian tribes, tribes still use coconut leaves to build their houses, and the sticks and branches of the tree can be used to create brooms. Brooms, you can see. This is made by this coconut leaves. And the last, it is tulsi. Tulsi, it is called the queen of the herbs. It is called queen of the herbs. Why it is called queen of the herbs? Because tulsi can help in fever. Tulsi help in skin brightening. Tulsi tea has 0 calories that boost your stamina. In this corona time, you should take tulsi kadha, and because it increase your stamina, immunity, so that's why you should take it. Now get it right. What is get it right? Roots absorb only water and mineral for the plant, yes, and leaves absorb energy from the sun and prepare food for the plant. Okay, now come to the flower. Okay, now what is the function of flower? So flower, it is the most beautiful part of the plant, and it attracts insect, which promotes pollination. Now here it is. Did you know factor? And cauliflower, you can see that cauliflower and broccoli, these all are the flower of some plant that store food, and that's why it is eatables. Now what is, did you know factor? Many flower have a sweet liquid called nectar. What is this nectar? Nectar, it is a sugary fluid secreted within flowers to encourage pollination by insect and other animals, and collected by bees to make into honey. Okay, so that this is nectar. Okay, now the next. Next, it is fruit. So what is the function of fruit? Actually, fruit is formed from the flower. Fruit is formed by the flower, and fruit to protect food to protect the seed. Because how it protects the seed, you can see it is inside the fruit, that's why it protects the seed, and it works like a protective layer of seed. And some fruits have one seed, some fruit have two seeds, and some of them have many seeds. So here you can see one seed. Here in the question also in class you can see here leaves, flower are what to do, underline the correct word to complete each sentence. Leaves and flower are called the food factory of the plant. Okay, leaves, it is called food factory of the plant. Flower is the most beautiful part of the plant. Okay, and it attracts insect for pollination. The next it is mangoes have one or many seeds. Obviously one it is. Now the next is seed and flower which have a baby plant in them. So first now I'll explain about the seeds. Okay, so what is the function of seeds? They help in germination of the new plant, and the seed coat is protective in nature, which protect the embryo inside. And here you can see seed have a baby plant in them. So what will be the answer? Seed have a baby plant in them. So these keywords you will learn, and now your time it is over. So I'll just stop it here, and please watch this video. You will like this. You can enhance your knowledge. Be safe, be at home, and keep on learning. Now children, bye bye, take care of yourself.